Take a big deep breath in.
I started being pierced when I was about 17 or 18, and immediately I knew that's what I wanted to do. At the time, I think there was only one or maybe two body piercing studios in Brighton. I've been piercing for about 20 years now. I was trained on the job. I was watching the piercer for a while, and then I sort of did some under supervision, but I wanted to learn more about the procedures and about the skin. So I started doing evening classes in biology, chemistry, anatomy and physiology. However, there's no laws, so you don't have to have those to get into the industry.
I've been piercing for maybe 4 years, but working here for about 6. I was trained by Julie. You just start off by observing, and then you start getting a bit more hands-on, you start marking up.
If anyone's trying to get into the industry, I would say do as many training courses and qualifications as they can in chemistry, biology, first aid, anything at all that will help them, and just keep trying and trying and trying. It's really difficult to get into, but it is definitely worth it. Maybe apply for receptionist jobs, because you learn a lot on the receptionist desk, and then it's kind of like a stepping stone towards being trained.
Pop into local studios, get to know people. We usually look for someone who's willing to work quite hard, listens to why you're doing things, because there's lots of little things that we do that build up into the whole process.
Someone who's passionate about it as well, because we've had a few people come in with these ideas that they're going to be doing these amazing, cool things every day that you see in films. Our bread and butter is sort of ears, nostrils, lips. Our main clients are probably 16 to 22-year-old girls, so you need to be able to get on with them.
I would like to get into piercing. I kind of, at the beginning, thought that might be the job I was going for, but in all fairness, I'm kind of glad it has worked out this way. Just because I feel more comfortable getting used to knowing how the shop works, knowing how people work here, knowing all the ins and outs of piercing.
Main thing to remember piercing is hygiene is very, very important, and your reputation, because you're only as good as your reputation is.
Just be patient with people and just kind of be as kind as you can be, because some people, even, it's a daunting thing even if you've got loads of piercings before. Yeah, some people get really nervous about it and stuff, and if it's someone's first time as well, it's just kind of nice to make them feel comfortable and not worried.
Hygiene and safety. And I say to my staff, if you're uncomfortable doing anything, then don't do it. I'd rather turn someone away and give them a full refund than do a bad piercing.
As a receptionist, making people feel welcome. We've had people come in here and say it's nice to feel comfortable when you walk in, because in some other shops, they feel intimidated when they walk in, and I always think, we're not born with body modifications, everyone has to start somewhere, so don't look down your nose at anyone.
Usually clients, when they're having a piercing done, pull funny faces, grip the chair, and always when their feet move or their toes clench, they're in pain. That gives it away. Not many people scream, only the drama queens, and if they do make a noise, they're not in pain. Some faint afterwards, but not very often. Most people like their piercings.
When people come in for a piercing, a lot of the time they are quite chatty and excited, whether that's nerves or just excitement. But you do get a few that are really silent, and you notice a big difference when they leave. The relief has come out of them, you can visibly see it, and they just relax, and that's really nice to see.
Some people come in and they're fine and they're confident and they're like, yeah, that's fine, I feel everything out, no worries. Some people are nervous as hell. Both times I'd say people come out with a big smile on their face.
I like to compare it to something that they can relate to. So I always tell people no piercing's worse than stubbing your toe. And that we do things like this to ourselves every day with waxing, threading, knocking your foot on the coffee table. These are all horrible things. None of them have killed you.
Hi, I'm Tom Myers. I have just got my nose pierced for the second time.
Right, keep your eyes shut.
Okay, come on. The first time, I was extremely drunk on a bike, and I gave my girlfriend at the time a backie.
You okay?
And we fell off. I came in the next day, And we were trying to put something else through it, and she said that it was too swollen or something was inside and wouldn't be able to get it, so we went and looked up the nose. And basically it's exactly the same piercing as this. It had actually gone through my nose like that. God, I remember it being so much more painful. Not that bad.
Good.
It is.
You did brace yourself for it.
And that was really painful. And then tried to re-pierce it, and it was just a bit much. And then I just had to get it redone. It wasn't that bad. So yeah. Right now I feel good, alive, and my nose is pulsing a little bit, but yeah, I feel good.
We price our piercings according to how much the jewellery cost us and the level of skill required. However, a lot of the piercings are the same method and the same sort of skill. For example, a navel with a ring is kind of the same theory as an earlobe with a ring, but I don't think I can charge £40 for an earlobe. That's why that one's a lot cheaper.
I'd say the most piercings that people tend to get would be navel or tragus at the moment, or just earwork in general.
Yeah, there are definitely trends in body piercing. When I started 20 years ago, everyone wanted the middle of their lip done and eyebrows, and now everyone wants the side of their lip done and their nose.
Just society's, the way of looking at people that have piercings is changing. I think people are seeing it less as an intimidating thing or a threatening thing if people have them, and seeing it more as a beauty aspect.
Reasons have changed, I think, a little bit for people getting pierced. Yeah, I think it's become more acceptable, and different types of jewellery mean that they can look different from how people previously had them. So it's not, you know, big bulky pieces of metal. You can actually get some really nice delicate pieces, so that opens it up to a lot more of the girlier girls that maybe didn't want a heavy tunnel. And ear stretching has become a lot more popular recently.
Piercing's very widestream now, so I wouldn't say there's anyone a typical client. We have all sorts, from little punky students to lots of mums and grandmas, that sort of thing. So
it's not always the same type of people that get piercings, I find. I find Brighton is very different from anywhere else. It's quite a strange one. What we find totally acceptable isn't always the case. If you just go even the other side of the Downs, I always wonder why people are staring funny. I was like, have I got something on my nose? Oh yeah, a big bit of metal, forget about that bit.
But it does still surprise me when people come in and say my work, my school won't allow a certain piercing, and we think that's just a tiny little thing.
I think there's probably quite a few factors why people want to get piercings. I'd say mostly that it is always going to be for yourself, and to make maybe your confidence a bit higher. I think there's some people that kind of do it for like a fashion aspect. There's some people that probably do it for the adrenaline rush. I think there's lots of different factors really, but they all, I think, are fairly valid. And yeah, it's your body, do what you want.
yeah, I think mine are probably still open.
I had a piercing done a long time ago. I had to take it out for work, but since changed my job, so I wanted to get it redone. So yeah, I needed to get it reopened, but not re-pierced. Yeah, it went straight through. I was so surprised. I actually thought I'd have to have it re-pierced, but no, it just went straight through, no pain. Yeah, no, absolutely really happy with it. It looks amazing.
Well, the reasons that people seem to tell us that people like Punktured are the female staff, because it kind of does make some people feel ultimately comfortable straight away, and also the fact that we're just kind of generally overall just kind of quite a friendly, open atmosphere. Brightly lit as well. You know, some people seem to associate tattoo and piercing salons with being dark, dingy, like, you know, a big gruff bloke behind them with like a shaved head and like being like, what do you want? But we're kind of smiles and trying to be nice, and I think that's what people tend to like, and we have quite a good selection of stuff.
I think Punktured ties in with the way Brighton is because of maybe the type of people we are. I mean, the shop again is a sort of, you know, small little business. It's been here, you know, been in the lanes for 14 years now, so everyone just knows it, 'cause the lanes themselves are a little community. We're welcoming, accepting of everyone. We take part in things.
My job is interesting, yes. I love all the different people that kind of come in. I love the people that I work with, and the nature of the job itself is interesting because I have a very strong love of it and appreciation for it. I think more people should have body modifications because it makes life more interesting.
A lady came in once and asked me if I could pierce her fake nipple because she had a nipple removed through surgery. And I said, yeah, I should imagine so. What's it made out of? And she said, it's latex, it's in my handbag. And she got it out. So I pierced it and then she put it back in her handbag. She loved it.